This one's for all my Lord of the Rings fans. You know I'm a huge fan of Tolkien, and not to the level that I know any Elvish words, but I'm also not the guy who just saw the movies. Nah, I'm somewhere right there in the middle. But please don't make me read the Silmarillion, because it's just kinda out there. Back to the book. The Ruins of Orlan by John Flanagan is what I would call Lord of the Rings light. It's got the foresty setting, the existence of an evil race of demented beasts. In the Ranger's Apprentice, they're called wargles, which are strikingly similar to Tolkien's orcs, and an evil dude who controls them. In Ranger's Apprentice, it's Morgoth, who is like Lord of the Rings Sauron. And there's swords, and bows, and arrows, and knife throwing, and generally a bunch of beefy male leads, who are either clearly strong as an ox, or skinny, but deceptively strong as an ox. The story follows Will, an orphan child who is about to go through a choosing ceremony, where he'll take on his role in the small, rural community. Will he be a chef? Will he be a scribe? Will he be a farmer? Or a tender of recluse chickens? He will do none of those things, because secretly, a creepy, mysterious, cloaked man named Halt has been spying on him his whole life, and decides to take him under his wing. Definitely doesn't teach the 10 to 14-year-old audience the correct way to go about stranger danger, does it? But it turns out Halt's a pretty awesome guy. Then they do rangery things together, which is where the plot starts thickening, and where I stop telling you about it, because, spoilers! When it comes to character depth, I give this book 4 stars, because while I love a good masculine story, every single main character is male, and most of the secondary characters too. Lots of testosterone in these here pages. I know for a fact that this will change over the course of the 12-book series, quite remarkably actually, so I could give it 5 stars, but I can see a lot of female readers not making it past book 1 because of all the dudes. Or maybe they might like that kind of thing, who knows. When it comes to world building, I give this book 5 stars, because it mimics Middle-earth quite well. I love the idea of fiefs and the old schooliness vibes that it gives. Forested and mountain settings are my jam, and Tolkien would be proud. My only qualm is that there isn't a whole lot of fantasy-esqueness to this book. There are hints of a magical system, but most of the paranormal abilities are just human abilities finely tuned. For example, being a natural swordsman, hitting impossible targets with multiple arrows, etc. When it comes to plot, I give this book 4 stars. There are some interesting plot twists in this relatively short book, which is hard to pull off. I couldn't give it 5 stars because they took so long to find the Kalkara, ravenous beasts that look like bears mixed with apes. When they found them, though, literal fire. When it comes to uniqueness, I give this book 4 stars, only because I've read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and there are a lot of parallels, but just enough uniqueness by Flanagan to keep the story interesting. I'll be reading more of this series, and hopefully getting back to you with another review when I'm wowed.